Hi, I'm Rob from B&H, and in this video, we're checking out a new 6-track audio field recorder from Tascam, the DR701D. We're using it now, in fact, to record my Sanken COS11D lavalier mic for this shoot. And so you can hear it clearly, we only have music in the intro and the outro for this video. And if it looks familiar, that's because the DR701D is an update to the DR70D, and as such represents Tascam's flagship audio recorder for single shooter video production. Like the DR70D, the DR701D features 4 XLR TRS inputs with phantom power available, a pair of built-in omnidirectional microphones, and a terrific form factor for DSLR work. In addition, though, the DR701D features timecode support, improved audio quality, and the track count has been expanded from 4 to 6, so each XLR input can be recorded to an individual track, and the stereo mix of those inputs can also be recorded to 2 tracks. So you have an immediate reference mix of the day's on-set recording, while the individual tracks can be mixed later in post. DSLR shooters will appreciate the ability to connect the camera's HDMI output to the DR701D's input, allowing you to start and stop recording remotely via the camera's record button, assuming that your camera sends HDMI signal triggering, like this Canon 5D Mark III. And if your camera sends timecode via HDMI, the DR701D follows that and writes it to the file. Your NLE will also read that embedded timecode and lock your sound and picture together in post. We tested it out in Premiere and it worked like a charm. Audio being recorded on the DR701D can be added to the incoming video and timecode from the HDMI port and then sent from the DR701D's HDMI output, say if you want to hook up a monitor or monitor recorder. In addition to HDMI timecode, the DR701D can lock to SMPTE timecode coming into its BNC connector, which is a significant professional feature in an audio recorder in this price range. Like the DR70D, the form factor on the DR701D remains an excellent fit for a DSLR rig, with a 1/4-20 thread on the bottom for tripod mounting, as well as a removable camera or cage system attachment bracket with a 1/4-20 screw. The tough magnesium alloy chassis weighs a little less than 1.5 pounds, including the 4 AA batteries that power it. Battery life depends on usage, but with 4 lithium batteries, internal clock, and phantom power on 2 inputs, Tascam indicates you can record for over 5 hours at 16-bit 48 kHz. At that same resolution, but with phantom power on 3 inputs and using HDMI sync at 1080i 60 frames per second, you'll still get over 3.5 hours of recording time with 4 lithium batteries. The unit can also be powered with Tascam's PS P515U AC adapter, sold separately. Audio is recorded to SD, SDHC, or SDXC cards of up to 128 gigabytes at resolutions of up to 24-bit 192 kHz. In addition to the 4 XLR 1/4-inch inputs, an additional 1/8-inch locking stereo mini jack input with optional plug-in power for microphones is also available on the side. 2 additional mini jacks allow for camera connection. The camera out jack allows you to record the output of the DR701D to your camera's audio tracks as an additional sync reference or backup. The camera in jack allows you to play back the camera's audio and monitor it on set from the DR701D's line out or headphone out jacks. The standard but important features that we've come to expect from Tascam are on board. Limiters and adjustable low-cut filters on all the input channels, easy-to-access gain knobs on the front, along with rubberized buttons to minimize handling noise, a slate tone generator, phase and delay compensation, mid-side matrixing, a USB connection to transfer your files to a computer, a hold function to keep you from accidentally changing a setting, an input for remote control via Tascam's RC10 wired remote or RC3F foot switch, and more. Now, one caveat with the DR701D is that while it is a 6-track recorder, track allocation isn't quite as versatile as I would have liked. For example, the external stereo input can only be recorded to channels 1 and 2, while the built-in mics can only be recorded to channels 3 and 4. Now, it would have been nice to be able to allocate each of the 4 XLR TRS inputs to its own mono track and then use the built-in mics or external mic input to also record a stereo track at the same time. On the other hand though, if you're only recording 2 inputs at one time, you can use the dual mode to record them on 2 other tracks as a backup at a level up to 12 dB lower in case the levels on the main tracks get too hot in places. And also, it's worth emphasizing that having timecode support in a recorder at this price point is going to be a major plus for a lot of videographers. So there's an overview of the DR701D from Tascam. I'm Rob from B&H, and thanks for watching.